versus quality trades, right? So we were trading this morning in the US session, and it became a little bit harder to trade for some people because they were unclear of the directional move and very difficult for them to try to place a trade or to get a good idea or grasp of a market movement in a direction, right? So they found themselves either getting chopped up in the markets or taking trades that just didn't work out on their end, or having to scratch a lot more than necessary. So we want to kind of just address that today in our session, is quantity versus quality. How do you identify with trading whether you should be trading more or you should be looking for specific trades that play out, like a systematic process that you usually look for, right? And this is kind of how I do mine. I have an idea of how I like to try to trade in my session of trading, whether it be 1 hour, 2 hours. I like to identify clear levels of impulse and everything, and then try to identify some structured support from there and take a trade from there based off of a quality, well analyzed trade idea, right? Whereas, if you're too zoomed into a smaller chart, say like a 4 tick or a 5 tick range bar chart, or if you use time-based charts, it could be like a 5 minute or 1 minute chart. If you're too zoomed in, sometimes that micro view kind of blurs your vision from a bigger picture of things, right? So you want to be able to understand this as you're trading or as you're going into markets. Are you putting on quality trades, or are you putting on just quantity of trades? Meaning you're trying to get the short here, you're trying to get the short here, maybe somewhere down here, right? Does it work well with your systematic plan? Does it work with your risk management? Or are you letting yourself know, maybe I should be a little bit more patient, maybe I should identify the trend a little bit more, maybe I should see what's happening in the long term of things? Are we trying to push and make a new low to continue in the trend? Have we done that yet? Or should I be patient enough to wait for us to pull back to a resistance level and see what I want to see from there, right? So with that in mind, we want to understand that trading, yes, it seems very how do I say, it would seem very exciting. I mean, you can make a lot of money from this stuff. However, on the flip side, trading is actually, when you do it, is actually pretty boring, right? Because you find yourself waiting and waiting and waiting for your quality trade to set up, right? And that's when you actually become profitable, is when you can patiently wait for that quality trade to set up and you feel, a little bit more confident in your ability to see that happen and then take the trades from there, versus you trying to be shorting, here at this resistance level, here when we find some resistance there, or going long, in areas where we broke a level of resistance and we could potentially be back up, right? Does it fall in line with your rules? Does it fall in line with your approaches? And how many times are you taking that? A lot of times where I see a lot of people they're taking more trades than they need to be taking. They're taking more unqualified, more trades with no rules, right? Then versus trying to take a quality rules-based process trade that will more than likely, more times than not, give them some type of ability for profit, right? So we'll take, for example, an idea of what we were trying to do earlier during the session. Is there was an opportunity where we had a head and shoulders, we were trying to get it to come back down, right? You can clearly see that the structure was moving back up, right? And sometimes it's a little bit difficult when you're in like in the actual market trying to identify this stuff, but you can see that higher low movement that was happening. And so, we had a resistance wall, we broke above that, and we came back to try to use that resistance as support, right? So we were trying to identify an actual move down, caught 2 points off of that move on one lot, but then the market started to gradually try to pull back up. What does this identify? That we're still holding that low. So the quality trade, even though we have an idea to try to short it back down, when we look at the bigger picture and we zoom out, we can see that the market is still trying to move on its way back up, right? And so you can see why we're gradually climbing to the upside and may even test the 2800s at one point, given that we're trying to gradually climb above the levels, right? So we've pulled back, we've touched the prior peak, and we can potentially try to come even higher into the 2800s. But where is our quality trades here, right? If we haven't got in a trade, or if we're looking for a trade idea, what are we necessarily looking for? Are we looking to just take the long here to try to go up, or are we looking for this thing to try to pull back, give us some higher levels of higher low support, and then continue the trade up into the resistance? This would be a better quality type of trade that we're looking for, something where we can analyze versus just trying to jump on. Now, if this market just moves in the direction, that's absolutely fine. Then let it move without you, right? Because there's no real reason you should be getting in on a trade like this to try to take it to 2800 when you only got one slight pullback, right? That doesn't fall in line with any real rules. You're just saying, well, we broke a level of resistance, right? Here, we pulled back here, we attempted again, we finally broke up a little bit more, slight pullback, and then I'm trying to go from there. Now, for me, a better idea would be let it pull back, let it adjust, let it rotate, just like something down here, right? Let it rotate, and then as you create that higher low movement, then try to push it up against the next resistances, right? Because then you can start to see the exhaustion of the sellers trying to push this back down and the increase of the buyers. Whereas you just try to enter in here, or even somewhere right around here, you're not really seeing exhaustion of anything. You're just hoping that this trade goes up even further than it already has, right? So you want to be careful with trying to do that, and you want to make the trades that you take quality trades versus trying to take more trades over a shorter period of time, making your quick money and getting those fast results that most people who jump into the markets want, right? Most people want those fast results, but it's the quality trades that actually make you a profitable trader and somebody that can actually get pretty rich from doing this, as long as you have the patience to look out for the right things. All right, so just wanted to touch up on that for you guys here on the YouTube channel. Quality versus quantity. Again, if you're going to be trading these markets, you want to make sure that you're trading with a systematic rules-based process that gives you the highest probability types of trades, and understanding the market structure to then apply your edge to that market structure to give you the best quality trade as possible, right? Low risk, high reward trades are going to be your best. 2 to 1, 3 to 1, 4 to 1, anything higher than a 1 to 1 is going to be your best risk management for trading. But again, if you guys have any questions, feel free to contact us here at TRADEPRO Academy, or you can email me here at David@TRADEPRO Academy, or you can write me a message here on the YouTube channel here. If you guys did like this video, go ahead and hit that like button. If you guys are not subscribed to the channel yet, please go ahead and subscribe. You guys have a great day, take care, and we will be coming out with more market analysis videos for the London session as well, coming up this week for you guys. Take care.